Welcome everybody to another episode of Providence Lucha Talk. This is Lucito,
Jay Aguila.
and we're back. We're doing our Survivor Series predictions.
Our usual routine that we do every month.
Yeah, so this one should be fun. Survivor Series. I know we missed out the last pay-per-view Full Gear, but we won't miss out Survivor Series, even though it's unfortunate this is not NXT's in it, but we're gonna have SmackDown and Raw for this Survivor Series.
And of course, make sure to just support us on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, as well as our YouTube, and as well, if you search Providence Lucha Talk, you should be able to find our podcast in all different podcast applications. So let's get ready to talk about Survivor Series. First of all, let's be honest. This is not going to be one of our favorite one. You know what I'm saying? This is the first big one. This is the last big one of the big four with crowds. Okay. WrestleMania was amazing.
I know next year's in, I think next year it's in AT&T Stadium. So
yeah, Dallas. Let's go. But the roster. What I'm trying to say is like our vision of seeing a 4-way Survivor Series is never gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's never gonna happen. Let's be straight up. We're not gonna see it whatsoever. I'm not sure if WWE is gonna be purchased by Disney or ESPN, which is also part of Disney. We're not sure if it's going elsewhere to Fox. Who knows? But one thing for sure, we're never gonna see a fatal 4-way because the vision of NXT being part of Survivor Series is out of the window. I'm sorry.
I know. And this is kind of weird because basically this happened, 3 weeks after the big layoff of everybody. So they basically have like a third of the roster. Well, they also had a lot of people and like staffed up, but we're gonna see how that people leaving or getting fired release is gonna affect the show because it's basically gonna be maybe 20 people per show. 25 max, and that's pushing it.
I mean, luckily, Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, the New Days, you know what I'm saying, Brock Lesnar, those four right there, we know that they bring in money. Charlotte is a little bit controversial because she might be staying with WWE, she might not, who knows if this is one of her last few pay-per-view with the company. Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, they're making bucks, you know what I'm saying. Shinsuke Nakamura representing Japan. I think that's the big reason why. You got not Ali. I'm gonna say
Mansoor. We got Mansoor and Mustafa Ali, which is they also come from Saudi Arabia. And I think what's his name? Jinder and his group also as well. So I think I feel like there's the show in general has good diversity and variety.
Oh, Drew McIntyre. Sorry.
So,
Drew.
Which is
Love
good.
You, Drew. My bad.
But it's good that they have. Unfortunately, they let go of people, but at least every category it's being represented in some type of way. It's very diverse, which is good.
It's diverse. They cover all of like the big basic, but at the same time, it's just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like Nia Jax, if it's just because she didn't get vaccinated, I feel like there was other ways you could really handle.
But also, I'm saying she had it coming, unfortunately, but she was dangerous as a performer.
So is Tamina, but she's
but you didn't see too many people complaining and talking about her performance. You know what I'm saying? Like getting people injured and stuff.
It never was really doing on TV matches. That's why. Like she was just put in the corner, only brought out just for that one moment for her first championship, be alongside with another generational grandkid of getting a belt together. Really, a tag team, that's going to be your first belt. It could have been the women's tag team the women's championship a while ago, but none of my business. But again, this is not going to be one of our. It's not going to be too favorable. I don't think it's going to live up to what Full Gear delivered, but it's definitely should be some type of entertaining for you people. And can we talk about how we're not seeing products being made for up, down, down?
Yeah,
ever since King
also
Woods.
Yeah, but also I don't know if you've seen the cameo. It's super expensive. It's $450 for a cameo for both King Woods and Queen Selena. Like $425, which
they're in cameo.
Yeah, but it's limited. I think it's I don't know if they're doing 50 or 100 cameos, but it was like $400 per person. Crazy. So they get in the money somehow.
Well, we all know that up, up, down, down. If you haven't heard the interview between Renee Young and formerly known as Tyler Breeze, he explained like, yeah, up, up, down, down is owned by WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's such in a weird spot since Woods became champion. We're not even sure we're going to see any more videos coming out of that page, which sucks. It really sucks.
But I feel like he has enough equity with people and name recognition. Either Creed or his regular whatever name he uses to the social media stuff. I feel like he could be able to even start a new one because he already found a formula and he has some popularity now that he's able to do all that stuff. So same thing with the G4 too, and now that he's King of the Wood, so he got it. It's just we just gotta wait and see. Just be a little patient.
And the crazy thing about being King of the Ring is like that title doesn't you don't lose it, you know, unless you put it on the line. But you don't lose that title until like the next
year. Yeah, or next. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing a year thing, but I think the last one was 2 years ago, probably 3 years ago when King Corbin.
Well, Corbin was about almost 2 years. However, they did that match with Shinsuke to make it look like, it was like a King of the Ring type of pass along moment. Whereas it was never traditional. So if you feel like we're like prolonging this episode a bit, because again, the roster is too short, so we're doing you guys a favor. We're entertaining you guys with real questions.
What we have, I think, for what we have for Survivor Series, it will be interesting our picks, but I feel like we might have potentially some similar picks, maybe not, maybe some surprises and mixed in, but it should be.
Let us conflict now before we become agreeing brethren in the next upcoming few matches. So the first one is Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. We got champion versus champion. Damian Priest being the United States champion, Shinsuke still being the IC champion. I guess this championship has been iced for quite some time, and no one is worthy enough to take this belt away from him. I'm surprised Roman Reigns didn't have the audacity to become a double champ, but hey, none of my business. I mean, that the troop match that they did on Veteran Day, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
Take the belt away from him if you're such a tribal chief, but whatever. Let's see. Honestly, Damian Priest has been pretty going to a dark side compared to Shinsuke Nakamura. I feel like Damian Priest might get this W in my personal opinion. What about you, bro?
I have to agree. Damian Priest, he went through not a rebranding, but I'm glad that they moved Sheamus over to SmackDown because now he has a similar entrance as Sheamus used to have. But I like that he has kind of like a evil, like good guy, bad guy situation.
A Finn Balor type of
so he could switch out. He could switch out. So now they're tapping onto his old school, not old school gimmick, but he used to be Punishment Martinez. So onto his dark side before he came over to WWE. So he has some experience with that. So I like what they're doing. I think even with Boogs, with Shinsuke, I don't think it's enough to like Damian Priest to take. It's gonna be the US champion. Unfortunately for Shinsuke, I think Shinsuke will drop the belt eventually because I know there's Cesaro, there's Sheamus that he could be a Grand Slam champion. They got a good amount of people in SmackDown that they could, hold that title. So Damian Priest.
All right. So I believe the next matchup to just build up from this match, but I could be wrong, or this could be the opening match. For the women Survivor Series match, Team Raw is a combination of Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina versus Team SmackDown, which is a group of Sasha Banks, Shayna Blazer, Shotzi, no more Shotzi Black. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Natalia and Tony Storm, which replacing Mrs. Aaliyah, unfortunately, on social media, which is similar to getting a breakup text from your ex.
Yeah.
But Tony Storm is part of the squad, which yes, I feel like Tony Storm have not been utilized much in SmackDown, but maybe this is a great way to lift her up, or she could be the first one to be eliminated. Who knows? Looking at this matchup, Lucita, who, who you liking, who you don't like?
I feel like they evenly matched because they have three good, two okay in each side. I think that was messed up what they did to Aaliyah, swapping her for Tony Storm. I would have replaced Natalia for Tony and kept Aaliyah.
100%.
Because I think Aaliyah beat Natalia for her debut match. So I feel like she earned the right to be there, but now that she's associated with Naomi, that's what's happening. So they're building a feud on the side. But I feel like the first person that's gonna get eliminated, I think it might be Carmella. But I think I would like to see. I don't know, it's a tough one. I think it might be SmackDown. Team SmackDown.
Taking the W?
Yes.
I All right, so this is where we're different. Team Raw for me, first one to get eliminated. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be Tony Storm. Once again, she has not been well utilized, and I think she might be the first one to be pinned out of the
Mm-hmm.
match. I believe Team Raw could win with at least two main people, three. And hear me out. I feel like Bianca, Ripley, and Zelina are the three that could actually stay towards the end. But Zelina is going to be cowardly around the ring while everyone else is doing work. Bianca already got W's over everybody in SmackDown. So I feel like she's going to be the powerhouse. Ripley's going to be part of the powerhouse, but Carmella and Liv Morgan, unfortunately, I think they're not going to survive this Survivor Series. It's not going to be like a clean sweep.
Yeah.
So Team Raw for me, Team SmackDown for you.
Yeah. Because even that's the thing, it's gonna be tough. But I think I see your point, but I think for the Raw side, I think might be the last three might be the three contenders for Becky. So Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca. I think might be like Carmella first, Selena second, then the last three, basically 3-on-3. But either way, it's a good mix and a balance because sometimes almost every year one side's better than the other, or like you have jobbers against like former champions. So like it's not balanced.
And unfortunately, Braun is not in this to continue his undefeated streak. That
he's a free agent.
Any team that he joins, yo, imagine if he's part of the team SmackDown. I'll lose my mind. But it's let's talk about. I don't
think I met him during Comic-Con and he's working on other things outside of WWE. So I feel like he got bigger things to do outside of wrestling at the moment. So I don't think we will see him as a Survivor.
And that's live news right here, bro. All right, fair enough. So you pick Team Raw. I got Raw, you got SmackDown. Fair enough. Boom. All right, so let's switch it up with something more like bromance. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the Arcade Bro versus the Usos. You know what I'm saying? Both tag teams going at it. Surprised we're not doing like a tag team Survivor Series, which they experiment about 2-3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But
there's too many people.
It didn't work out too well for us because if you eliminate one of the person, the whole team is out, which is like what?
And also they don't have enough people and not enough teams for they got rid of people, so it's like it wouldn't work out.
They're keeping it with the champions. I would love to see the Street Profit in this type of matchup, but I guess not. Honestly, Arcade Bro versus the Uso. I mean, the Uso is a well fit team. They've been there before. They know each other like the back of their hands. Great chemistry, great great. I can't even talk right now. Great build up. You know what I'm saying? Finisher is dope. But the one thing that they don't have is a freaking Randy Orton. You know what I mean? You don't got a Randy Kenneth Orton on your squad. And for that is the reason why I believe the RK Bro might get the W on this. It's just Randy is such a powerhouse. I don't care if he's in a tag, single, 24/7, a WWE champion. The man does an excellent job in fear. Like nobody really like mess with him like that. So that's why I feel like he might be the one to get them the W for the Survivor Series.
I like your reasoning, but I think the reason that you think they're gonna win it, I think that's the reason they're gonna lose it. Because I know that Randy Orton and Riddle's been going crazy. He's going AWOL. He just wants to get beef with everybody and go crazy. Randy is very more strategic and stuff, and he kind of like chastised him, and it was like, "Don't do that. It's us. Like, don't worry about anybody else. It's us." But I think they're not one mindset. The Usos, I think this is gonna be like Usos have to win it because if they lose it, they're gonna hear from Roman, and it's not gonna be good. So, and they also won on Monday, but thanks to Seth Rollins. So it wasn't even their win; it was Seth Rollins' win. So I think the Usos will redeem this. It's gonna be good. We're gonna see an RKO here and there, but I think Riddles will get pinned and the Usos will take it.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. Sunday, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Following to this, let's talk about the women's Survivor match, champion versus champion. We have Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. These two are similar to Shawn Michaels and Triple H. They're like what you may call it, Ciampa and Johnny Wrestling, The Rock, Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying? They go deep. You know what I'm saying? So not only do they know each other well, they are great friends too, and they're a great dancing partner in the ring. I believe that either one for me, honestly, could win this. It doesn't. There's not really a beef. You know what I'm saying? They're just doing just to represent their brand, and I don't think Charlotte would care to f about SmackDown or WWE anymore.
No.
So I feel like she will still do a good effort, but like I think like Becky might just get it because Charlotte's like, you know what, I don't really need this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She Charlotte did a good promo last Friday. We'll see what her response will be to Becky's response this Friday coming up. But Charlotte hasn't seen Becky since she went on maternity leave. So she got a new move. She's gotten a little bit not more experience in the ring, but she's been practicing outside of the ring with her husband and with his company and stuff. So she hasn't even hit. She hasn't felt. She hasn't like felt the rock, not rock bottom, but like the rock bottom move against because now Becky does basically the rock bottom basically. So it's similar, but it does basically.
It's more like a back spine buster type.
It's supposed to be similar to like the rock bottom. So Charlotte hasn't seen that move, felt that move, or reacted to some move. So that could be the the finishing move. Because I know Becky has a Bexploder, this armor. Now she has this new finisher. So Charlotte has an experience out of that. So that's her kind of like X factor to this match.
Figure eight, selective,
natural selection. And what else? That's it.
And her moonsault.
Yeah, but that's not that's a setup for but that's not the finisher.
Again,
and but she also does the Spanish fly too.
She does it for her boo.
But I think Becky, we'll see what her response. We'll we're doing this before Friday SmackDowns, but it all depends on her response to the to the promo. But I like Becky's response, and she got new moves in her arsenal, which will give her the edge against Charlotte Flair.
I won't be surprised if this is a 10-second match, to be honest with you, because Flair
maybe 20. It can't be. It has to be longer than 26 seconds. Because Charlotte can't be like, oh, I lost under 26 seconds less than Bianca Belair.
I mean, she can, and she'll still be in the world's record, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
No, true.
Like
Yeah.
your name is still gonna be mentioned regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You being part of the company or not, they're still gonna have to mention your name as the one of the few people to lose with a certain amount of time. You know,
Yeah.
so it's her. And besides, her type, Charlotte Flair is good. You know what I'm saying? Like if she goes to AEW or quit wrestling or retire, bruh, 13 championship in total. That's pretty amazing. Like kudos
Yeah.
for her. And she has a killer body too. I don't know what's her secret, but bravo, girl. That's all you. So we have an agreement on this matchup. So let's talk about the Raw Men Survivor Series match before we talk about the actual heavyweight Survivor Series match. For Team Raw, we have Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Mr. King. Oh no, that's not King. That's Austin Theory.
Austin
Sorry.
Theory.
Yeah. Ooh, glasses. For Team SmackDown, we have King Woods, Jeff Hardy, Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin, and someone to be announced maybe this Friday or maybe during Survivor Series. The Survivor Series. And Madcap Moss is going to be part in the ringside.
And we also have MVP, so to even out both sides.
They're gonna even each other out in MVP. So, do I like this squad? Kind of. Do I feel like Seth Rollins or Austin Theory might be the first one to get eliminated? Yes.
Really?
Why?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think Seth is gonna last long in this. I don't think he really gives two damns about the squad.
He's the leader of Raw. He is the leader of. That's what he says.
That's what he said. He was supposed to be the savior of SmackDown, and look how well he was able to take over it.
Monday Night Rollins. That's what's gonna happen. Monday Night Rollins.
I mean, he couldn't take out Roman Reigns, or got the chance to face him. So he's good. To me, the true leader, the uncrowned king, is really Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is really the leader of that squad. I think he's gonna be the
guy that went from fight Owens fight to just keep fighting, just keep swimming. Come on, bro.
I mean, really? He's still the most technical wrestler alongside with Finn Balor and Rollins. That I feel like he also power enough to go one-on-one Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory is just a joke. Again,
I think I knew he was gonna. Honestly, I knew Austin Theory was gonna get added to this match because he was smart enough to build a few of the Mysterios and kick them off and replacing them, which is I kind of saw that coming. But we'll eventually see the Mysterios split up because of Austin Theory. But Raw has a good team. SmackDown has a good team. Who do you think is gonna be the mystery? Do you have any who the mystery person could be?
Well, you talk about yours because
I got a couple, not a couple, but
what I'm about to do is
before.
Yeah, because what the people I'm gonna name are just a bunch of nonsense. So
no. So
be serious on yours, and I'll be
when we were talking before when we started, I was thinking Von Wagner because that's basically the bodyguard. So I feel like he could be the new addition, similar to like Austin Theory, like the new guy from NXT going to the team. I feel like he could be a good addition to the roster, and he's kind of what like the boss is looking for. Another ones that I could think probably. So we got Von Wagner, Rich Holland, and maybe Cesaro will be good.
Okay.
So I will say those three could be a good addition to the team that could balance everybody out and be a good addition for SmackDown to compete. Because I think King Woods is great, but comparison to Raw, he's got no chance. Jeff Hardy, no chance. The only one that could hold the team down is McIntyre. And King Corbin does his thing, but he's still Corbin. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they need somebody like an X Factor, somebody like Cesaro, Rich Holland would be good, or even Von Wagner. Right, who do you got in mind? Who's your wild thoughts?
All right, here we go. Right, I'm gonna start off with Bozo the Clown. Right, you can bring him in. Bring Undertaker back from retirement for all I care. Bring Goldberg for the fun of it, because why not? I don't think he ever been in the Survivor Series since 2005, 2006. Who else? Bring in Ciampa. Ciampa from NXT will be interesting. Walter from NXT UK.
He's available.
Who else would I bring up? I will bring back up
You and Champa. I don't know. I'm like, all right.
Hey, leave me alone. Hey, you and the Mysterios or
Yeah,
the bloodline thing.
yeah.
All right, so but yeah, me and Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. Who else would I pick? I would pick Roderick Strong with the cruiserweight to be represented in the Survivor Series. That would be dope. But most importantly, and this is really, really one of the wildest thoughts and nonsense I'm gonna say, and it's a 50-50 chance because most likely this man is just gonna send out a video package of his 25-year celebration of in WWE. Is Dwayne The Rock Johnson himself. It's Team SmackDown. He is the reason why we have SmackDown as a program. He is the front runner of it. Live up to it. What's a beautiful way for him to represent the brand that he started in the pay-per-view that started all of his career in one night. It'd be like a poetic in motion type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It all goes in a
And do you
circle.
think this could probably kick off the feud between him and, you know, like
if
from this, like if it, if it comes to be,
if he shows up, possibility. But if it, like I said, most likely 75%, 85% sure, we're just gonna get a video package from him. He's
yeah,
because honestly, for him to be in this match, it'll be awesome. But again,
yeah.
Shawn Michael also was awesome in my honorable mention.
But I think Team Raw has the better roster altogether.
Well, if The Rock shows up, it's done. It's SmackDown all the way.
Yeah,
but yeah, Raw.
But I think it's Raw got the edge, and I think the first one probably eliminated it might end up being probably Jeff Hardy, the first one eliminated, because it wouldn't hurt him to like be the first one out.
Nah, the first one is either Seth Rollins or Austin Theory. Him trying to be all big macho. I'm the leader. Boom, with Drew McIntyre or with Drew or Woods will be able to knock.
Because I know Austin Theory, he's had a feud with Jeff before when he went to SmackDown, so those two could be the first. Not the first one's out, but
they could be the a little bit of a hype. But honestly, yeah. I feel like Raw with you, but if The Rock shows up, it's Team SmackDown for sure. Yeah. Rock is going to be like the code breaker, you know what I'm saying, for this whole game. Now, the heavyweight Survivor match, we got Big E with the WWE Championship versus Roman Reigns, the head of the table of SmackDown Universal Champion with Paul Heyman. So this match is something that's been building up for quite some time. We really wanted was the New Day versus the Uso. Mm-hmm. Possibly we could see that without Kofi Kingston. Unfortunately he's injured, but we could see something similar to it in this matchup. One thing that I'm gonna say is probably gonna be how do I say this? No contents winner.
Like, okay, so not like a DQ, but like it'll be like no contest. Okay,
no contest winner. Rock is the reason why he put everybody down. If The Rock shows up, that's my bold prediction.
So if The Rock doesn't show, and it's straight up like 1-on-1, because I think if something, honestly, I'm saying if something happens, but like I see what you're doing with The Rock situation, because The Rock eventually will be in the mix of WWE, period. But the one that was was suspended indefinitely, come back and could cause chaos, could be Brock Lesnar.
So definitely, that is a great point.
So if for me, it's like I see your point. Maybe like I would not take your idea, but it's like I would be like, instead of The Rock interrupting whatever, it could be Brock
Lesnar,
and maybe we could have Brock against Big E, because we never seen that, and he could like go through and Raw, whatever. But either way,
Big E wants Goldberg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Biggie wants to make sure him as champion, Goldberg and Big E has one dance. You know what I'm saying? Or him being the last dance for
Yeah.
Goldberg. So if that could happen, that'd be great for
And
him.
also, didn't finish Goldberg and Roman Reigns after Saudi Arabia, and like he got suspended after Saudi Arabia, so we never know. But I think if it's straight up like maybe the
One-on-one.
X Factor 1-on-1, maybe the X Factor Brock Lesnar, whatever. I think Roman takes it. He can't lose. He now he is the longest champion. I think he's 455 or almost 500 days.
He loves your
I think
mom, your grandma, your
he has to
auntie.
win, and he has to defeat Big E by submission. No Superman punch or nothing. He has to like make him like, because that also by the submission also protects Big E, because let's say he just faints or like doesn't give up and he just like sort of taps out by the referee, but like that helps him look strong because he submitted without tapping, and it's not a bad loss for Big E.
The thing to me about that is this, right? Yes, I agree that Roman will be mostly ideal. If it's 1-on-1, you can put me down for Roman Reigns winning, but winning as help from the bloodline. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they're helping.
Yeah, they're helping for him to get this win. It's not going to be a clean win. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to be a clean win. It's going to be somewhat interfered, but I'm hoping there is this X factor to hype up, for everyone who might be like watching this, the football games, you know what I'm saying, or doing their personal thing and missing out on Survivor Series. They miss out of the announcement that, oh, guess who showed up? The Rock or Brock Lesnar. They destroyed. They came with havoc. They put everyone down and left the message. You know what I'm saying? That's something that it will be very helpful for WWE in a sense, because again, they only have a few selected people. You know what I'm saying? So Roman, again, I would love Big E to come out with this W to vengeance King Woods and all, but Roman is just he's in a platform way too high for to be knocked down yet. So it is what it is. WWE is just protecting their favorite at the end of the day.
So you got Roman as well. So
yeah,
we got
I would love
picks.
for Big E. I would love for Big E, but Roman is too protected. By on paper, he's too protected.
Yeah, and I feel like based on our picks, it's interesting, but normally most of the time Raw, like everything goes one sided. So I appreciate that our picks are kind of like either balanced 3-2, or I think there's 6 matches either 3-3 or 4-2. So it's not like they just clean house with everything like they've done Raw done before, or even SmackDown done before. So I think it's a good roster. I feel like when they did the draft, they could have each roster could have picked out a couple of people differently to make the roster more balanced for certain divisions. But altogether, especially for the men's Raw Survivor Series, that team is loaded compared to SmackDown. Even though SmackDown has other people that they could have thrown in there, but there's no story behind them. But
I mean, first of all, Jeff being part of the squad is a little bit weird that it's not Cesaro. For me, it's just a little bit weird. Okay,
you could honestly they could have put Cesaro and Sheamus. Like they have some chemistry, you know what I'm saying? Like
those would have been my type of pick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If Gable was part of SmackDown, I also would have had him. You know what I'm saying? I would have Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode if they were part of SmackDown as well, because they were champions. They were been there before. I would like the only 2 people I agree with is just Drew McIntyre and King Woods for the SmackDown team. Happy Corbin is just a bit. He's not even taking wrestling seriously. He's just doing it all for the hacks. You know what I'm saying, for the laughs. And then you have Jeff Hardy, who may or may not be retiring with WWE, because again, it's just weird for him to be in this matchup and not being.
Yeah, it's I think also like a missed opportunity with Hero. You could have put him in there, at least one. Isaiah Swerve, or even I forgot his name. Top Dollar. So you got a heavyweight, somebody, you know what I'm saying, like somebody big and like to take on people.
But they're not even thinking that far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not Their vision is so dimmed. It's just I don't know, bro. It's just I don't know. But we'll see it though. This is Survivor Series. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah,
this is a card they gave us. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
didn't ask for this, but they given it to us and we're just digesting it to the best of our ability. Yes, we prefer a lot of like I said, Street Profit I would love to see in this pay-per-view. Cesaro for sure. I would love to see Hit Row being part of like the tag team Survivor Squad, the Dirty Dogs. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely I would love that Nikki, almost a superhero, was part of it. You know what I'm saying? And
They
you put
dropped the ball for that one because they could have done when they selected the women's survivors team. They could have done the people that got picked for the survivor team and the people that didn't get picked against each other, and whoever gets pinned first, or like elimination style, so whoever last, like, or something, so they could have like put
they,
somebody that like worked in
they
it.
used
But
to be a tournament. They used to be
yeah,
a tournament where they did indicate who was going to be the champ, who was not going to be the champ. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean, who's going to be the captain, who's not going to be the captain,
yeah.
who were going to be enrolled in a tournament, excuse me, to be part of the five women survivor team. They used to do stuff that you'd be invested in this type of match, but this was all again on social media. Like,
Yeah.
bro, we're no longer in the pandemic. We could do matches. You could use the main event as a resource to be like, in this main event on Hulu, we're giving you a matchup to figure out which of these four people,
Mhm.
two are coming to be part of the male and female team. You could have utilized that, but no, they don't think like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're in a whole different type of mindset that either they're trying to please a particular group in acquiring WWE, or they're purposely trying to make themselves be like, we could do shitty promos or a shitty package compared to what AEW or TNA, or because like TNA did that whole women female
Mhm.
pay-per-view shit. Impact had a hell of a pay-per-view too for their is it called Slammer Versary or what?
Same thing with NWA too. They did Mickey James was the one who's kind of like hosting the NWA tournament.
You see what I'm saying? Like they did a king and queen type of like
Mhm.
tag team matchup like WWE could do that too, but it's just they're just like, now we could do something whack and
Yeah,
you'll still buy it. Like I'm I'm
yeah.
not I'm not biting the bullet, you know what I'm saying? But
I
I'm
don't know
not.
if this is the end of. I'm saying the end of WWE, but like after there will be a big purchase and there's gonna be some power moves happening. But
100%.
for what they for what's happening, what they're giving us, it's okay. It can be better, like always, in comparison to other shows and other companies. But it it is what it is. I feel they're just trying to buy time until Mania. They don't want to do nothing extreme or nothing crazy that's gonna like deviate their plans.
Here's a question to you: with Triple H selling his portion of the share, right? Him being absent due to medical reason, but what is a great chance that this man is building his own brand of wrestling program? You know what I'm
They,
saying?
they could, because they
Like
still
what?
that they have the rights for the other shows that they bought, like Evolve and Ref Pro and some other companies. So they
But
could
out of
honestly,
WWE, like out of W, forget about being owned by WWE. He started from scratch. Like
that's
he's
gonna be
get
it's gonna be tough. Like it financially, I don't think he has enough funds, like backing, because that's what happened with AW. They have billionaires backing AW.
they have a billionaire.
Yeah, the dad. But you know what I'm saying, like, but they have the money, the funds to like at least the first couple of years to pay out the big money prizes for the veterans and the big names, then fulfill the entire show with everybody else. I feel like he don't have the funds unless they the whole family makes a new show. After they sell, they try to move their money around. But I don't think financially, I don't think it's feasible for him.
I feel like if it would be awesome And again, this is just speculating. I don't know nothing that's going on in the life of the McMahons or Triple H, but it'd be crazy if Shane and Triple H have been working on a project together. Because that right there, you got the money for to cover the cost, and with all the talents that are gone, how cool is to be able to like regain like some of the people that you built from scratch. You know what I'm saying? It'll be nice, but again, just speculating. We're just spitballing.
Yeah, I
This
don't think people will want to come back to how
no,
things went down. I don't think they want to come back.
but one thing for sure, a lot of the people who left WWE or got let go, the one thing for sure, and we have heard it many, many times, is that they have a humongous respect for Triple H. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but he's kind of like their supervisor. They're cool with the supervisor, but not with the boss, not the one who's like clearing the checks and paying, making all the moves.
I mean, Tony Khan is the boss, and he's cool with even their kids and grandmothers and nieces and nephews. Like we all could be Tony Khan if we want.
Right.
Anywho, Lucito, any last thoughts before we
No,
jump
it
out?
should be. I don't. I'm definitely not missing out. This pay per view. I had to catch up on the last one that I missed for Full Gear, but I'm watching this one. Should be interesting. I think the only match that I'm looking forward to, it might be honestly the men's Survivor Series, just to see
Who's
what
the
happens,
mystery
and I
guy?
think that's kind of like the best package together. Um,
If it's not announced on SmackDown, if it's not
yeah,
announced on SmackDown, but yeah,
just
I
to see
agree.
who it is. But I feel like it's balanced enough to have a good match between the 5 and 5. So
Sure.
besides that, I feel like everything is kind of like sort of predictable, or we kind of
Yeah.
could guess who, like, it is who it is.
I mean, honestly, I would love to see how well Charlotte and Becky dance,
Yeah.
and maybe this is the last time we're going to see them dance together one more time. So enjoy it while you can. So
And sorry, before we go, do you think since Seth has the envelope, kind of the money in the bank, or to cash it in, you think he will use the opportunity for this survivors to go cash it in against
no,
Big E
it's not a
after the
money.
match with Roman?
It's not a Money in the Bank contract.
No, he
It
could
doesn't.
cash it. He could cash in at any time. That contract is for a title opportunity.
A title opportunity that it's not gonna happen during Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't see that. I felt that contract was more for like a main event for Raw, which is well deserving, than being wasted in a Survivor Series. Because, like, if Big E and Roman Reigns are the biggest names, right?
Mhm.
Again, we already talked about the biggest X factors that could happen. Why on earth do you want to make Seth Rollins into this mess?
Well,
Now,
after the match is over, what I'm saying, like, you
Now
have
the
Seth.
one person I forgot to mention is Edge. I don't know what Edge is, but if Edge could come back and put Seth Rollins in his place, I won't be mad at that. I will not be mad at that. So,
All
th-
right.
all right. So, Providence Lucha Talk, guys. We did our thing. We spitball. We speculated. We gave you the prediction. We tried to catch up with a lot of stuff. We got to give a special shout out to Hangman Page for actually winning the AEW and for giving man full respect, a lot of respect. Also, Jay Lethal as well for joining the squad and giving us a
That
great
was
show.
a great match.
Great match against Sammy Garvana in the inner circle, giving him the respect afterwards. CM Punk working with MJF. What? What?
The best
Okay.
versus the best in the world.
Let's see how that works. Let's see how that works. But like I said, we did our thing. You know what I'm saying? I know we're not doing it weekly, bi-weekly, but we got lives and we're doing our best. But we just wanted to share our thoughts and thank you people for supporting us in the best of our abilities. And we appreciate you guys for sticking through our nonsense at the end of the show. So uh thank you again. My name is Jay Aguila.
This was Cito.
We said peace